Shout out to Money Brown, man. Errol Spence Jr. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, so I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV, and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out the fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on the king of the welterweight division, Errol the True Spence Jr., the WBC and IBF welterweight world champ. We know he's about to take on Manny Pacquiao August the 21st for the WBA Super and the unification. And he's looking to be undisputed. But he's giving his praises and showing Jaron Boots in his love, letting him know that he's a dog, he's a young, hungry lion. And he's telling him to do what he got to do to get these fights, because these boys go out like that. You know, it's a high risk, low reward right now. But continue to grind and the table will turn. Check out what Errol had to say about Jaron Ennis, and I'll be back with the great assessment, family.
Oh, Jaron, yeah, he can fight, man. He's sharp as hell. He's sharp. I like him. Sharp, flashy. Got charisma. He can fight. Oh, fight anybody gonna give him an opportunity. I mean, especially at this stage in his career. It's basically, fight anybody that's gonna give you an opportunity. And, whoever got, the best name to fight. A lot of guys right now, they're not lined up to fight him. So, you're gonna have to fight his way up the ladder. So a lot of guys gonna be, making excuses or saying, the time not right or things like that. So, he's a young, hungry lion, so you gotta fight the best guys out there right now. I don't know, how well Jaron, take a shot, but, if his chin can hold up and he can hold up, like I say he can hold up, I got Jaron beating Sean Porter, in a rough, tough fight.
Now, as y'all see, Errol Spence is giving this kid all his praise and just dues, and that's what a real champion do. But at the same time, he letting them know that, these fights may not come to fruition. And if they don't come to fruition, you got to do what you got to do, because I was once in your position. You feel me? Fight, because the tables do turn, man. And you heard what he said about the Sean Porter fight. He was asked what happened against him and Sean Porter. He gave his great assessment. So he feel like if Jaron could take Sean punch, he feel like he'll beat Sean in a in a rough and tough fight, because Sean gonna make it rough and tough. And that's that is credit to Sean Porter, and Errol giving him his just doing his praise, letting that Sean ain't no pushover. It's going to be hard to beat him, but he thinks Jaron can take him out. And I think Jaron can beat Sean Porter as well. Sean Porter said out his own mouth he don't want no piece of Jaron Ennis right now. He's a young, hungry lion coming up. With Turnbull Crawford, it's a lot of cats that go back and forth on this fight. Some people feel like Jaron is stronger than Bud, feel like he ain't going there, he'll stop Turnbull Crawford. Some people feel like, Jaron Ennis is not ready yet. Bud Crawford got too much experience. He's a top dog right now. Even though Jaron did what he did to Lipinix and the people that he did it to, it's no Turnbull Crawford. But we know Turnbull Crawford not going to give him that opportunity. He's not going to give him that opportunity right now. If he's not giving Virgil Ortiz the opportunity, he's not going to give Jaron Boots Ennis the opportunity. Jaron Boots Ennis is way more dangerous than Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion, but Virgil is still dangerous, and Virgil is the fucking mandatory. So, he's going to have to give Virgil his opportunity one way or another. But if he's saying Virgil ain't ready, we know Virgil and Jaron is both on the same level for us, the popularity at the moment. Right, he's not looking to get Jaron Boots Ennis the opportunity neither. But this the guys that Jaron Ennis want to fight. He want to Turnbull Crawford fight. He feel like he's more skillful, more smarter than Turnbull Crawford. He let that be known, and he want that fight. But Danny Garcia, we know Danny Garcia is a Philly native. They both are Philly natives. I'm quite sure they are both familiar with each other. They know each other, been around Philly. They bumped into each other multiple times and things of that nature. So I know Danny bigging them up, saying we got another killer coming out of Philly, putting on for the city, things like that. But like I was saying about Jaron Boots Ennis, he need to call out Danny Garcia to become the real king of Philly. Bump Danny off, because Danny is still a top 147-pound fighter at the division. You know what I mean? So if you can get Danny Garcia in the ring and become the new king of Philly, because that's still a big hell of a fight. We know how strong Danny Garcia's chin is and how he hold up. And Danny is still one hell of a puncher. And I still got Danny as one of the top 10 welterweights in the world. So you can't count Danny out. He fought everybody. So he got the experience on his belt. So if Jaron Ennis can get that Danny Garcia fight, then that'll be a one hell of a step up for him. And last but not least, right now for us, the big cats, this guy one time, sometimes run time, right now, not now, we don't know. Now, let me quit playing with Keith. One time Keith Thurman, that Florida boy, we know the former unified world champion, the man that beat Danny Garcia and Sean Porter before ESJ. Got to give him his just due. The man once was the number one welterweight in the world. Lost to Manny Pacquiao in a exciting fight. He could have won it, but nonetheless, he went out there and tried to bang it out. If Jaron Boots Ennis can get a fight with Keith Thurman, when I know Thurman is not getting in the ring with Jaron Ennis neither, not saying he won't, but at this time, Thurman is still looking for a world title shot. He's looking at a way to try to get in the ring with Errol Spence, and it looked like him and Sean Porter got a fight coming up September. I got a video coming on that, but even a Keith Thurman fight for Jaron Ennis would be one hell of a fight. If Thurman was to get a kid the opportunity, which I don't even think Thurman will give him the opportunity because he understands how strong of a fighter Jaron Boots Ennis is. And if Thurman didn't want to give Errol Spence the opportunity back then, and Jaron Boots Ennis is looking like an Errol Spence on a rise, putting shit down, bodying shit, knocking motherfuckers out, and a good puncher to the body and to the head, Keith Thurman is going nowhere near Jaron Ennis. I'm going to repeat. Keith Thurman is going nowhere near Jaron Ennis. He go treat that shit like another Errol Spence. It's not on my to-do list. The kid has talent. And when you look at him, you can't deny it. But one thing I know, right, is when a kid like that is coming up in the game and he's strong and he's young and he never had any wear and tear, the kid had to fight someone, right? I'm Thurman, man. I've been in the game for this long. I deserve my money. You know what the fuck he go be on. But with that being said, shouts out to ESJ for praising this young killer. You know what I'm saying he rocks with him. He can fight his ass off. Picking him to beat Sean Porter right now. Picking Jaron Ennis to beat Sean Porter right now, if he can take a shot, that's saying a lot. That means you are one of the top welterweights in the game, because if you can beat Sean Porter, then you can beat Danny Garcia, you can beat Keith Thurman, you can beat Turnbull Crawford, and you got a shot to beat ESJ. You feel me? That's praises to you. Those are the highest praises you can get right now. The highest praises you can get. But realistically, like Earl said, right? If you can't get these guys, they not going to be lining up to fight you. They're going to be saying like, you're not on their radar and things of that nature. And rightfully so, high risk, low reward. High risk, low reward. We know how boxing is right now. If you can't work your way up to be a mandatory and you as skillful and dangerous as Jaron Ennis, and these dudes are in position to get $1 million fights, and they looking at you as a threat, and they know if they get into the ring with you, you can knock them off, they not going to fight you right now. They not going to fight you right now because they feel like they did too much work to get to where they at to go backwards. You know what I mean? And not saying fight Jaron Ennis is a bad fight or like it's a below level fight. It's a dangerous fight. It's a dangerous fight. And Jaron Ennis, he's growing his name, but he's not at that level yet to pull in millions and millions of dollars to put in their pockets, especially when you're looking at, Sean Porter and Keith Thurman. They go grow some money. That'll be part two. Them putting themselves in position to fight the unified champion Errol Spence or the winner of Spence and Manny Pacquiao or Turnbull Crawford. They feel like that's a bigger fight than going messing with their young hungry lion, who is on the rise and hungry and ain't playing no games right now because he's ready. He got that killer mentality when you come up and coming in the game. We all know when you up and coming in the game how that go. Ask Andre Berto. He'll let you know. You feel me? So you got to go fight who's out there next. Fight the next best opponents, like Earl said, man. Try to get a Jamal James fight. We see Virgil Ortiz probably finna get Mean Machine. Somewhere on that level like a Mean Machine. Thomas Delorme still out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fights out there that you can fight and they can keep you going and keep you in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Looking at Jose Cito Lopez, if Bud can't get him, I love to see Jaron Ennis versus Jose Cito Lopez. I feel like that's a hell of a fight for somebody like Jaron Ennis. You feel me? Those caliber of fighters get you ready for these guys, and they can't back down from you. Now, what was interesting, Earl Spence said Ugas will be a good fight for Jaron Ennis, and I think that will be a hell of a fight. But we all know that Ugas was the WBA. Well, he's right now still considered the WBA Super World Champ, but it looked like that's for the leave once the WBA, start getting things in position to give that belt back to Manny Pacquiao. And I guess they're going to demote Ugas back to the regular champion, and Jamal James will lose that title. So, it's understandable. We know how it go. They got to follow the guidelines of the rule books. Everybody looking at it like it's a bad thing and they did wrong, but I can't knock it. I thought they wouldn't do it, but if they do it, I understand the game, and it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? You got Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao at the highest level. They're not going to mix out on them sanctioning fees. So it's understandable. It's business. It's politics. And that's just how the game go. So Jaron Ennis will still be in position to fight Dennis Ugas. You know what I'm saying? For the regular title. Ray Robinson. Josh Kelly just lost to David never needs you. He put his name back on the map. You got him out there. So it's fighters out there that will take on Jaron Boots Ennis that's trying to grow their name as well, or trying to stay at the stage they at and get more recognition. And, he can match up with those dudes. But one thing we know, they're going to find somebody to fight him. But as long as you continue to stay down, stay grinded, don't kiss no ass. You don't got to cry. Say their names. Continue to talk your shit, but let your fists do the talking. Let your fists do the talking. Do what Earl the True Spence did. Stay down till you come up. They're going to put you in position to win. And once you go out there, you got to handle your business. And Jaron Ennis been handling his business. Look like he got a strong team behind him, his pops, keeping them straight on the right path. And once that time hit and you get on that big stage, you got to show up and show out. Show up and show out. Because I do look at Jaron Ennis like an Earl the True Spence Jr., man. Nobody wanted to fight Earl on the rise. Nobody wanted to fight him on the rise. And look at him now. He's the number one welterweight out there. The number one welterweight out there. And they can't stop that. They can't stop it. And Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz look like they're on the crash course. It look like they are the two top up-and-coming welterweights, 17-0 with 17 knockouts. I think Jaron Ennis is 28-0 with 26 knockouts, 20 somewhere around that nature. So they look like they're on the crash course. So you just stay down until you come up. You young, 22, 23 years of age, man, you will be a world champion. You will be, especially if Errol Spence become undisputed. If you fight Turnbull Crawford or Turnbull Crawford become undisputed, somebody go relinquish the titles. You feel me? Or if Earl get it, he's going up, he go relinquish. So it's going to be titles out there for you to grab, man. So you just stay down until you come up. Jaron Boots Ennis is one hell of a talent, man. One hell of a talent. And like I say, this kid will be a world champion at 147. One way or another, he's going to be a world champion. You feel me? Like I said, these dudes not going to fight you now, but you keep going at the rate you're going, the way you putting cats out, the skill set you possess, you will be on top of the world, man. And Jaron Boots Ennis got the skill set to be a superstar. He got the pizzazz, he just got to start talking a little bit more. I know he kind of shy right now. Errol Spence was the same way. Come up out of that shell, right? Come up out of that Philly shell, you feel me? And start popping your shit. But you don't have to beg these dudes because your talent is good enough to put you on top, man. I like Jaron Boots Ennis. I like his skill set. I like how he go about his business. And I feel like that boy going to be a real threat as long as he continue to get better. You feel me? So they better try to catch him now because in the future, he's going to be a problem. I repeat, he's going to be a problem. But shouts out to Jaron Ennis. I wish you the best. Shouts out to ESJ on the 21st. August 21st. Shouts out to Bud, Danny, Sean, and Keith. I wish all you boys nothing but the best. And we'll see how this thing play out in the future. Until then, it's your boy Monty. This is the NSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the video. Y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.